Welcome everyone to another Tracks on Sundays. I'm Tracks to Max and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we're on our free-to-play account for the HH Challenge of 2023. We're in our clan Tracks on Sundays YouTube. We just finished this clan versus clan and completely demolished the Wu-Tang clan. Apparently they are something to F with, but that's pretty nice because that means we get all these juicy rewards right here, right? So what we're especially looking for are these rings right here, the blood shield ring, right? I don't know why it's not saying that right now, but these are blood shield rings. Anyway, why are these good? These are actually specifically good for the Scarab King, which requires you to have a shield. Otherwise, he basically just goes ham if you don't have a shield and you attack him. He'll taunt you. He'll increase attack, I think. He'll do all kinds of nasty stuff, and he'll just take a lot of turns and just go super fast. And you'll notice once you're there that it's not the easiest boss, especially this early in the game and as a free-to-play. However, these rings, ooh, that's a good one. That's a very good one, actually. Wow. These rings aren't the only thing that we can do to at least get the first Scarab King boss down. And that's what I want to talk about today. Now, I can't do it on this account because this account is only level 36. We are on day, let me see here. We are on day 7 and it's going fairly well. I'm not pushing my level that much right now. Most of my clan are all trying to get their 6-star going. No one has it in their defense, of course. But I decided against that for now. Why, may you ask? Well, first off, you have this thing right here. Win a campaign battle using 4 champions of level 50 or higher. So if I'm able to get this done, I'm going to be able to get this book quicker, and I can, you know, get Deacon booked a little sooner. But that's not the only part why I've slowed down. I'm also doing it for these missions, really. Right now we have the potion keeps open, and knowing myself, this is going to be one of those things that I'm going to have to come back to every single time, and I just forget this all the time, right? One of my main alt account, I'll call it, so like it's basically I have a main account and I have a second main account, right? And the second main account is a free to play, but this second main account is a month younger than my main account, and it's still on this mission where you have to ascend 6-star force affinity champion or something like that. Like, it's one of the missions that's way in the beginning, but because I'm so bad at paying attention, when is the potion keep open, you know, I'm really horrible at that. This time I wanted to make sure that I get as many of these things done as possible. So I don't know if I can go back here. I should be able to go back, right? No? Can I not go back? Okay, apparently I can't go back. But yeah, I already did the force keep this way. I already did the spirit and arcane and magic. I think this void is the last one I have to do. So I'm on my way for that, and I'm not really forcing my 6-star yet. I'm trying to get this part of the missions done so that I don't have to think about that anymore, you know? Because I think tomorrow, I'm recording this on Thursday, by the way, so tomorrow is Friday. I think tomorrow all the keeps are going to be closed. I'll check in a second. I can see it in the dungeon tab anyway, so we'll take a look in a second. But as you can see, we picked up Rhonda. I picked up a legendary Narma, which you may have seen on my YouTube channel earlier this week. Oh, I think we got it. There we go. Okay, so these potion keep things are done, right? Oh no, this might be a problem. Oh no, I just recently did this because I didn't know I had to do 2. That's a bummer. So I have to do some arena apparently. Yeah, okay. So let's see here. What else do we have to do? I think nothing else with potion keeps. I think now it's just I have to get all this done. I just have to fuse just a CR, or however you... I can't pronounce that name. I'm sorry. I probably murdered him again, but yeah. So basically I'm done with this. Yeah, see, so I got 1 day and 1 hour, and I really wanted to get this done. So that's why I kind of kept away from making a 6-star. I think there's also... Ah, yeah, here you go. So there's this mission, right? This upgrade 4 champions to level 50. I think if I would have made a 6-star, that this particular mission right here would actually hold me back for a while. And I know that a 6-star is way stronger than, you know, a couple of 50s, but I think it doesn't really hold me back that much if I have 4 champions that are, well, 2 legendaries, a deacon, and our starter, right? I think they could probably do a lot together, and probably just as much as a 6-star could do. The only thing is going to be a little harder is farming campaign. But for dungeons, well, actually Clan Boss 2, you lose out on the War Master. So, but I mean, it's not like we're hitting brutal or anything. None of these chests really matter right now. Anything under brutal is kind of bad anyway. Well, at least in my opinion, because you can't even get epic books or anything like that. So, I don't know. I'm taking a different route this time. I'm not following the super fast road to a level 60. So, my wife likes to order stuff online. Anyway. So I was saying, I took a different path this time. I didn't force myself to go to the 6-star immediately. There was a tipping point for me to do that also. I first looked at all these missions and said, okay, so I got this upgrade 4 champions to level 50 thing. And that's going to take a while if I go to 6-star, right? So if I actually ignored taking something to 6-star and try to focus on getting these potion keeps done, because, well, obviously tomorrow they're going to be rotating, and if you don't know how that works, usually if you have one of those missions, the next mission is going to be a potion keep that's not open until a couple of days later. And that one will have the same. So if you didn't do these potion keep missions, you might have to wait for, you know, you're going to be time gated a bit, probably. There's going to be another one after this that has the same issue, but we can't get that far yet. So I'm not going to, you know, stress about it too much. But I figured this is something pretty simple that I can that will help me for the future, right? To not be time gated behind this. Now, I would have made a 6-star if I hadn't pulled a legendary though. Why? Well, because getting a champion to 5-star requires a lot of energy and requires a lot of resources. But the fact that we actually got Rhonda and I pulled a legendary, that made it pretty obvious for me to do this thing instead of making a 6-star. If you are an account that did not pull a legendary, I would say then you probably shouldn't do this. You probably should just make your 6-star and carry on that way. But yeah, so that's how my account is looking, and I'm not sad about the way it's going right now. I believe I have a couple of, well, I have one 5-star here, and then I have this 40 right here that's almost ready, and I'll probably use Shield Guard, and I'll probably use this guy as well. I'm not really planning on using Shield Guard. I know he can solo Minotaur and all that, but I seem to be doing fine as it is already, and I think if Deacon and HellHades are 60, I don't think I'm really gonna have a problem. I already gave Deacon his masteries, and I already gave HellHades her masteries, so all I have to do is make these two 60, and then I'll have War Master unlocked for these two immediately. But for now, I'm just gonna get these 4 up to 50, then I can progress on these missions, and from there on, it's going to be HellHades to 60, Deacon to 60, probably these 2 legendaries to 60, because honestly, they're really, really strong. Narma has been an absolute boss for me. She's actually the one who's carrying my Clan Boss team. She has such a good kit for Clan Boss, it's ridiculous. I never really looked into her that much, but this A3, 75% chance of placing 5% poison debuffs. I'm not completely sure how this works, but you have a chance of placing 1, 2, or 3 poisons and the poison sensitivity. But this move also, man, I don't know if there are that many champions in the game that have an attack down that lasts for 3 turns. Well, the Clan Boss attacks 3 times, but the 3rd time, I believe he doesn't use attack something for that. He uses max HP. So you're looking for attack down for the first AoE and the second AoE, but still, if this stays on for 3 turns, you have it on for a long time. Plus, her A1 has a chance to increase the duration of that. So because this is only 75% and it's only on a 5-turn cooldown, the fact that it's 3 turns kind of helps us here. And this move right here is just magnificent. She doesn't have books, and she is still keeping up a lot of poisons. The attack down is on most of the time. It's great. It's really, really great. Yeah, Deacon's Deacon, right? I almost have him fully booked. That's kind of why I want that one book as well. If I can get this book down to a 3-turn cooldown, that would be huge. That would speed up everything so much, right? And otherwise, we'll have the 100% chance of the defense down, which is also kind of nice. I guess this is the least interesting one. It would take this from a 40% to a 50%. Actually, it's a 45% chance because I have the mastery that it gets 5% more. So right now we're looking at what is that? 85%? 90%. We're looking at 90% chance of defense down, and we're looking at 45% chance of the leech right here. But yeah, Deacon, man, is an absolute boss as well. I'm pretty happy how my run is going so far. I'm not really worried about anything at the moment. Spider is probably going to be annoying. It usually is if you don't have an AoE burner or some max HP champions with some turn meter decrease. I mean, Armigers could probably do the work, I guess, but yeah, we'll see. I'm not too stressed about that yet. We picked up a couple of epics, nothing too special. A Jizzo, so that's like the champion I'm going to be getting in a couple of days again, so I'll just have 2 Jizzos already. Maybe for 3v3 that could be handy. Maybe for Hydra. but I don't see myself building 2 at least. So yeah, for now I just put him in this funky combination of sets just to mess around with them. Frost set and a crit rate for no real reason at all. It was just the gear I had laying around to give him some half decent stats with a little bit of accuracy. But Hellgazer I haven't used at all. Yeah, so what I want to talk about today is actually on my campaign hero account, which I said I wasn't going to be doing anymore, but since we're all kind of working on this free to play right now, I thought, you know what, it may be a good idea to show you guys anyway, because this Doom Tower rotation has the Scarab King going for it, and yeah, we're gonna be stuck there probably if we don't have the specific champions or rings or whatnot, blood shield rings to deal with it, right? But I have a little trick for that for you guys. So I'm gonna show you a piece of footage right now, and I'll get right back to you. So what you saw there was my Templar in a Guardian set on my campaign hero account. If you follow that series at all, you know I've been messing around with that combination right there, and that it was pretty effective for a free-to-play account. Now, I used that Templar in all the dungeons and even Doom Tower, as you can see, but I didn't really expect anything about that specific Scarab King boss, right? Because, well, we all know you normally need a shield and all this to be able to get past it, but apparently this dude at 60 can actually do it. Okay, I think he does have to be 60 for War Master though, because without War Master I think you're just gonna time out. So that's, you know, pretty intensive, I guess. But if you're looking for a way to get past that first level so you can perhaps farm some of the other gear a couple of stages higher, hey, Templar at 60 might just be the thing for you. And now you're gonna say, well, Track's Guardian, we don't have Guardian yet. There's no Guardian. You can't get Guardian in this rotation yet. No, I know, but what is Guardian? Guardian is basically a worse regeneration set. I'll show you guys the stats of this Templar in a second, but basically what we have to do if we want to get past the Scarab King is we just farm Fire Knight, right? Come in here, farm the level that you're able to, right? Preferably where you can get some 5-star gear, but as I said, he's wearing 4-star Guardian gear, alright? So every piece he's wearing of Guardian is a 4-star. Now his other pieces could be 5 or 6, I'm not completely sure. We'll take a look in a second. But in general, his stats aren't super amazing. He's not built super OP or anything. And he's soloing the Scarab King. So I thought that was pretty fascinating, and I thought that was something I wanted to share with you guys before this rotation ends, because some of you might be getting close to that level 40 soon, and you know, you might want to be doing some of this Doom Tower earlier than normal. And well, again, Scarab King can be very tricky if you don't have the specific champions to do it. I remember very well that I was stuck there for a while, and I had some decent champions actually, but I just didn't have the best gear for them or the right combination. I definitely didn't have all the blood shield accessories, and I'm sure you won't either, right? Because like we just got 2 rings from CVC, but hey, maybe you faced another team that was just as strong as you were and you only got 1 ring. So, you know, your situation could be different. So that's just what I wanted to share today. Don't write off Templar because he is a pretty decent champion for free to play. Book him with copies of himself and throw a regeneration set on him, and he's gonna solo it. Well, with masteries, of course, right? But I think he's not the worst investment either, because actually in Faction Wars he can also solo the first boss, which can also be a burden if you're trying to clear that. He used to also be able to solo Bommel, one of the hardest Doom Tower bosses in the game, but I'm not sure if he's still capable of doing that. And if I recall, it was also a pretty hard process to do so. But yeah, I'm just throwing that out there as well, so that you know that if you build him, you're not just building him solely for this first Scarab King boss, right? He does have a couple of other pretty niche but useful things where you can use him. I'd say if you're stuck there, you don't have a shield champion or you don't have all the blood shield accessories, give him a try, okay? Again, I don't dare to say that he could do it at 50 because, as you can see, it does take 10 minutes already, and without War Master, I just think you're gonna run into your time limit, which is 1500 turns, and yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to build him at 50 and then have that happen. So let me know what you think about it in the comments. To all those out there who are doing the free-to-play series as well, good luck to you, and catch you guys next week. Peace.